Good morning from a rainy Madrid. It's really raining quite significantly. Just walking to the airport here across the bridge. I'm on my way to Terminal 1, flying an airline called World2Fly today. We're gonna take them from here to a much warmer place, to the Caribbean, to be specific to Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. I wanted to give you an introduction on the airline, but it's raining so much, I'm just gonna run. Finally found some shelter here, some covered walkway by the street, and we have reached the terminal. I think this is actually Terminal 3 up here, and Terminal 1 is like a bit further down the road or down the terminal. So, about World2Fly. They are a pretty new airline. They were founded 2 years ago, 2021, by the Iberostar Group. The Iberostar Group is like a hotel group, so they own like hotels and resorts in like Spain, the Caribbean, Mexico. Don't quite remember how much the ticket was, but I think it was like 250, 260 euro. So it's really not much for a one-way ticket. I already checked in online, so I can head straight through security. Just need to get to Terminal 1 first, because this is actually Terminal 3. My hair is really wet. Found a nice place to sit here by the window. This terminal is really busy, and there's like a flight to China boarding here to Hangzhou. Apart from it being busy and a bit complicated to navigate, the terminal is actually quite nice. So the airline boarding to Hangzhou here is Beijing Capital Airlines. Never really heard about them. I just looked them up. They have like only 3 destinations in Europe, and they use like Airbus A350s. Apparently they have a route from Madrid to Hangzhou. But for today, let's keep focused on World2Fly. World2Fly is actually a very interesting name for an airline, but actually their world is a bit limited, because essentially they only fly between Spain and Portugal and the Caribbean. Like that's their world. But anyway, I'm looking forward to see what they got. They use Airbus A350s, at least between Madrid and Santo Domingo. Quite a modern cabin, I suppose. My flight ticket was very cheap, with hand luggage only. And even if you, like I checked this morning, and even if you buy a ticket for today's flight, it still costs you only 340 euro. So probably the flight is not too full, and you can snap like a cheapish ticket on short notice. Alright, it's 12:40 now. Let's head to the lounge. Now here in the gate area, gate Alpha 8 it is. Aircraft is parked outside, unfortunately can't really see it. I think boarding has just begun. There are 2 flights actually, one to Caracas and one to Santo Domingo. Let's hope I don't get to fly to Venezuela. And apart from that, it seems to be a full flight. Boarding area is really crowded. Anyway, let's head over there and board to Santo Domingo. Welcome aboard the World2Fly Airbus A350-900. I think there are a couple of seats free, even a couple of rows, like in the front part. In my row, the aisle seat is taken. The middle seat is free, actually. I hope it stays that way. Fingers crossed. Apart from that, still raining outside, and it's also quite windy outside. It's gonna be a bumpy departure. Oh, and of course there's advertisement running for Iberostar, the group that owns this airline. Also the crew seems to be really friendly, and the cabin is really, really nice as well. The legroom is great, the seats look very modern, and, very fresh still. I mean, the cabin is only 2 years old, so I suppose it's still fresh. And they have IFE screens as well. It should be a very, very comfortable flight, especially if the middle seat stays empty. Boarding completed, and I have a free middle seat, look at that. Amazing. So this back part of the cabin is actually quite full. There are a couple of empty seats here, but not that many. I think the front part, like the next part, is kinda empty. I can see like a couple of empty rows up front. So that may explain why this morning you could still buy a ticket for like 350 euro-ish.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of our captain today, the entire crew, welcome you aboard this Airbus A350-900s to Madrid to Santo Domingo. We also inform you that it is forbidden to change the seat during the entire flight unless authorized by the cabin crew member.
Hola, bienvenido a bordo de este Airbus A350 de World2Fly. Por favor, guarde el equipaje de mano en el compartimento situado encima de la butaca o debajo del asiento delantero. 4 a cada lado del avión, debidamente señalizadas. Es muy importante leer la tarjeta de seguridad que encontrarás en la pantalla del sistema de entretenimiento. Gracias por prestar atención. Te deseamos un feliz vuelo.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The captain is speaking from the flight deck. First of all, I would like to welcome you on board this Airbus A350 and our flight destination Las Americas, Santo Domingo. The airport had changed the configuration. We were supposed to take off to the south. Now we are going to take off to the north, and that implies some restructure of the traffic in the airport, leading to additional delay. We'll do our best to minimize it. And thank you very much for your attention. Sorry for this delay. We'll do our best to make your flight comfortable and of course safe. Thank you and bye-bye.
The crew actually just made a very nice announcement. They made passengers aware of the outside cameras that this aircraft has. I've never heard that on any flight before, that the crew tells the passengers, hey, there are cameras, so if you want to watch the flight, you can do that. There's a bit of a delay due to like several issues. Like first the loading was delayed, and then the airport changed the runway configuration, like the takeoff and landing direction. So traffic is kind of piled up, I think, but I hope we will be on our way shortly.
The airport continues congested, just the one runway is in use instead of 2.
So the captain just announced that there's gonna be another like 40 minutes until takeoff, pushback in about 15 minutes. But it all seems to be due to air traffic control reasons, so there's like only one runway in use right now, and that's why like the capacity is quite limited. Don't really know why they do that. They have so many runways here at Madrid. They have 4 runways. I mean, well, whatever. How about we have a look at the IV in the meantime? The IV was a standard modern system found on a lot of airlines worldwide and had a lot of sections. In the movie section you could find 73 movies. The TV section featured 84 episodes of various kinds. There are also 3 games as well as a bit of music and audiobooks. Obviously you also find the onboard menu in the IV. They had some magazines as well. And of course Wi-Fi, which cost $5.9 for 20 megabytes, 15.9 for 150 and 29.9 for 500 megabytes. You can also read the safety instruction card in the IV. Actually, coming to think of it, there are no headphones here. Maybe you can buy them? I mean, I have my own headphones, so it's no problem, but it would be interesting to know if you can buy them.
Have your attention, please. You may not use your electronic devices in flight mode. We would like to remind you that you must remain seated with us and invisible through the entire flight.
and then out of Madrid, runway 36 right. Finally, I have to say. Madrid is a huge airport. Like, from pushback until takeoff, it took us almost half an hour, I think like 25 minutes. Yeah, takeoff was normal. There was a lot of water on the runway. And then during the initial climb, there were like lots of bumps, lots of turbulences. Anyway, now it's all quiet here in the cabin. The A350 is so quiet. I even feel weird talking because I'm like, why other people are gonna listen to me? No, the A350 is really super quiet. Also after takeoff they showed a video about like unruly passengers. I don't know if that video was produced by the EASA or by World2Fly or maybe in cooperation of both. But anyway, it's a really serious topic. Wow, the climb was really turbulent. Like, we just reached the upper end of the cloud layer. It's on 10,000 meters, like 33,000 feet. I mean, we are above the clouds, but it's still turbulent. But hopefully it gets calmer soon, and the crew will start the meal service. I'm excited to see what they will serve. Probably not that much, but let's see.
First of all, seal off our headphones and the kids. Hot lunch with boss and tea and coffee. Our boat take duty free. And approximately 2 hours before landing at Santo Domingo's airport, we'll be serving a snack with boss service. Thank you very much for your attention. We hope you enjoy your flight.
Crew just came around with a meal service. There was a choice between chicken curry and lasagna with mushrooms. I chose the chicken curry because I don't like mushrooms. And it comes together with a bread and a piece of cake. Overall, not too much. I mean, I didn't expect too much, so it's kind of in line with my expectations. But let's see how it tastes like. Finished the meal. Really nothing to write home about. Let's just say I've had better curries. To be fair, it's also not a point they really advertise. They do have an option, I saw that on their website, to purchase gourmet meals. Like, you can check out the menus on their website. It actually looks kind of tasty. And if I remember correctly, it costs like €30 for one meal. So you can purchase that in advance. This one just now was very simple, like, I don't know. It's just to give the passengers something, you know, nothing really exciting. Anyway, we're like 1.5 hours into the flight now, cruising over the Atlantic. And yeah, there's nothing to do anymore except watch the movies. The movie selection is actually a bit limited. Like, for example, where it says new releases, they have like movies that were released in 2022 or even earlier, and that's what they call new releases, so I don't know. So it's a bit limited, but at least you have something. The seats actually have a very big recline as well, by the looks of it, it reduces the space of the person behind you by quite a bit. So I'm really happy that the woman in front of me actually did not recline her seat yet. Actually, due to the delay, the sun is already setting outside. So I suppose that in like 1 hour the sun will have set and we will actually have a flight in darkness. The rest of the flight continued uneventfully. Flying towards the west always gives you plenty of time to enjoy the sunset.
If there is a doctor on board, please contact with the cabin crew. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, in approximately 2 hours and 20 minutes, we're going to landing.
2 hours before landing, a snack was served. It was a cheese tomato sandwich along with a small cookie and a drink. Not after long, we started our descent towards Santo Domingo.
Bienvenidos al Aeropuerto Internacional de las Américas, Santo Domingo. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Las Americas Santo Domingo International Airport. On behalf of World2Fly, hope you have enjoyed your flight and look forward to welcome back very soon. Good evening.
Got like 1.5 hour delay. Let's find a taxi, get to the hotel. Welcome to the Sheraton Hotel here in Santo Domingo, right by the water. Well, it's dark unfortunately, so can't really see. Anyway, took me about 25 minutes, maybe even half an hour, I'm not sure, from the airport by taxi. Taxi cost $40 US dollars. Kind of steep, but it's a fixed price for an official taxi from the airport. Flight was fine actually, except for the delay, but that was not World2Fly's fault. That was like the fault of the air traffic control in Madrid. But flight in general was very nice. Crew was very friendly, seat was very good as well. Really great legroom. The entertainment was okay. They had a big screen. The selection of movies was not that extensive. Like their new releases were actually from 2021 and 2022. So that's what they call new, because it hasn't been updated for a while. And also don't expect much from the food. As I've mentioned during the flight, they have the offer to purchase gourmet meals. I might actually give that a try if I fly them again at some point. Alright, it is 10 p.m. here in Santo Domingo and 4 a.m. In European time. As I am still on European time, it means I'm pretty tired now. I'm gonna grab something to eat from the bar and then I will head straight to bed. I hope you liked it. If you did, press that like button or leave a comment and subscribe if you want. Tomorrow I'm flying on a very special airline out of here. I'm not gonna tell you which airline it is, so you will have to subscribe to find out. Until then, enjoy your travels.